Board. Hi, this is Sue Greenwell with the Empowered Light Holistic Expo. Our next expo is September 6th through 8th in Oaks, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia. We're here today with Gabriele Weller and Joel Straup. Gabriele is speaking Saturday morning, September 7th at 10 o'clock in the Awaken Room. And her topic is called Your Magic Butterfly. Hey, Gabriele and Joel, how are you?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. We're doing well. How are you doing?
Excellent.
In Pennsylvania at this time of year.
Yeah, true that. I know every time you do a talk, Gabriele, I get a jillion specific calls and emails complimenting you and what people got out of that talk and the healing that you've offered them. And I've sent, in the past, I've sent a lot of those comments to you. Sometimes they're verbal. I know one expo, I literally got 3 calls the next day, and I thought, well, is this a setup? But they were all different people raving about what they got out of the talk. And I know that each time you are guided to do a specifically different talk. So this time the topic is your magic butterfly. Can you tell me, or us, a little bit about why you chose that topic and how it came to you? And then what the people will be getting out of that talk? Can you just let us know a little bit about that background?
Sure. The magic butterfly energy, it came to me, I guess, a few months ago. And when I get downloads from Spirit, and all of a sudden I heard these are activation energies of butterflies that represent a unified consciousness, a collective consciousness of light beings. Okay, so they are light beings that spiral around you. So I got the message that I will be downloading, in my lecture, these energies into people. And so, because I started to see them, and then when I asked what it was, they said, well, we're a whole bunch of us working in a unity field to help you clear you and, all the other people stuff, as we have all our, fears, our traumas, basically everything. Not only that, at the same time, they activate joy. You know how we think of butterflies as a joyful thing, and you see a butterfly, you go, oh, look at the butterfly. Joe always says to me, he goes, oh, look at that one. And that was before the butterfly energy came in. And then I'm like, oh, wow. So I see them so strongly visually. And then I ask for spiralization around people to activate the joy, self-love, the empowerment that and the faith and trust, which is so important, because so many times we don't have in ourselves or and around us. We're afraid to make changes. We're afraid to say, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I should go to school. Oh, it's too much money. We always think about this logical reason that comes in with fear, why we shouldn't do things. And with this butterfly frequency, it kind of like calms you and strengthens you, and this energy of like, well, what can I do it? Of course I can. So it's like a joyful energy, because we forgot about our joy in life. When we were kids, a lot of people have, as kids, they just do and they create, and they're happy, like playing with their toys, and they're creating things that really are real if they imagine them in their minds. But as we've grown, we've lost that kind of childlike connection of, wow, this joyful
We don't get to the beat.
Yeah, different, because now as an adult you have rules, you have regulations, you have the collective consciousness telling you what to do, you have schools, we've grown up with these programs that we have to have in order to survive according to society. So we forget all that, and the magic butterfly starts to bring back that kind of things we lost, creative that creative you that we put down, that everybody has. And so it starts to pull that, like, way up to the surface. And it was interesting because the butterfly energy had come up, and I work it with my clients, and they feel like different, what can you expect? I don't know, because everybody's different. But I could say overall that maybe some people would experience it today, experience a sense of lightness and joy, and going, oh, I feel happy now. I have some people tell me that, I'm happy. I had one person say to me, I haven't felt this joy in a long time. What did you do? What are you doing? And so I feel that people can experience a lightness of joy, and maybe the ability to trust again in their lives and move forward where they're stuck. I can't go forward, I'm too afraid. And then, right now, let me tell you this one. So the butterfly energy had come in. And so recently, and I'm going to add this into the lecture, even though it's not written in it, it's also mermaids. Okay, I had mermaids around. So there's really these mermaids around me. And they go, yeah, we're also working with you. And, the mermaid energy and the butterflies. And so all these beautiful mermaid energies also bringing in this trust. And also this energy that anything can occur in life, because are mermaids real? I've gotten that they really were, by how many thousands of years ago. They left the planet. They were just helping us to evolve at one point. And so their frequencies have come in to bring this energy of trust and empowerment back.
Yeah.
That you can do things. So anyway, I'm babbling a whole lot, but
Sounds like fun. So basically, somebody that goes to your talk will get they'll get butterfly energy, so they should feel lighter, happier, more carefree during and after the talk. Like it's going to lighten their energy up. And I know there's some heavy things going on in the world right now. I don't know anyone that could use a little bit more lightness in their life.
What I wanted to explain with the butterflies also is that as they show me as light beings, they enter the DNA, and open our DNA. Yeah, so they open our sacred codes.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, Sue, I do have a butterfly story.
Okay, a butterfly story.
Absolutely true story that I told on when we did TV in New York City a month ago. About 2 years ago, I was still walking around the river, and there was a cul-de-sac where I started at, where turn around at. Well, they turn around on this cul-de-sac. When I was finished, I go back to the cul-de-sac. There are these butterflies. There are about 10, 12, 13 of them, making a circle about 5 feet high. And I'm looking at them right in the middle of the cul-de-sac. I'm looking at them saying, this is interesting. And then I noticed that there's a butterfly at the very bottom who couldn't fly anymore. He must have had a broken wing. So all his butterfly buddies were circling over him as a community of love for butterflies. So anyway, I said, geez, wow. So the only thing I could think of to do, I stood there for about 30 seconds, a minute, picked up this butterfly, and I moved it about, I'd say about 15, 20 yards away, so a car went over. All the butterflies followed that butterfly and did the same thing all over again.
Wow.
They circled all, and I never forgot them. And I said, oh, these are magic people.
Yeah. Well, most of us believe that butterflies, because they go through their transformation in their physical life, that butterflies are representative of our spiritual transformation. And in fact, I use butterflies for my logo, part of it, because it's really about transforming, and we're here to take our own power back. It's like, I like to say that I buck the system. So I get away with something and I don't follow the rules. But to me, that's what a butterfly means. It's like time for you to take back your growth, your responsibility for yourself, your health, your thoughts, whatever it might be. So, yeah.
And what you said, yeah, is exactly what happens to people. And I also see the butterfly as freedom because they can fly. And so many people feel locked in, like they're not free from their stuff,
Right.
their emotions. So it's like also a freedom energy that occurs within people. You go, I'm free, I'm flying. So it's a joyful energy.
When you think of a butterfly, it doesn't have muscles like we do, but yet they can fly thousands of miles. Like, that's insane, isn't it?
How do they do that?
It is. From there at that frequency that you said they can fly thousands of miles. Well, that's what we're transforming into other dimensions and back into those energies. Yeah, so that's good.
So for anyone that's watching this, if you want to feel lighter and a higher vibration during the expo, Gabriele will be speaking and bringing in that butterfly and mermaid energy Saturday at 10 o'clock in the Awaken Room, and that's included in your general admission ticket. Now, I know that you both, you've been with the expo since it started, and you're always in the same spot, booth 34. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do at your booth?
Okay.
Well,
we do a couple of things there. First of all, we take our pictures of people's energy field, and this is just technology measuring energy. And then we interpret it, what it means for people. Everybody's suit has a signature color.
Right.
And that signature color is an area that they should be. In other words, if I saw a person that was really powerful red, they would need to have a policeman, a firefighter, somewhere where they're very active physically. Okay, somebody that has a lot of blood. I think you had some blue.
I usually have blue and purple most of the time.
Yeah. So that's somebody who is up to the deep aspects of themselves, because blue is the sky, the depths of the ocean. They want to catch the deeper aspect of themselves, what they want to do. You know, so everything has its own particular energy to it. You know, and that's what we're kind of here to do. Now, I've said this to people many times. If we all could see each other's aura, we would know who's BSing us and who is not.
I think that's going to be happening pretty soon with many of us as we reach that higher spiritual energy, and we'll be able to tune into people's energy. Most of us do know when someone's lying or deceiving, choose not to follow it. We all have that red flag feeling, but how many times have we discounted it or ignored it and then gone ahead with it because we thought logically it was the right course of action, and then we're you know, we have to a mess, right? Yeah.
And if you don't come from your heart, you know, that's the whole bad.
Right.
So, and then Gabby's readings there too.
Gabby's readings.
Readings and healing.
Right.
So, well, when the butterfly energy is going to be activated as a energy. So when they even come in, they'll be receiving even frequency. They can just walk. Area of the booth, you know, so they'll actually, because the energy goes out. I've noticed it just like goes out to people, even if they're not, like if I'm not doing healing reading, it like emanates out the frequencies. So with the readings and the healings, so I've added that as a new dimension into my healing and into my reading. So I see the butterflies spiraling around people, and then I'll see where the block is. And the block will show me, well, I can't move further down the arm. Okay, so that's come to me that way.
I have an interesting story about that too.
What?
How we got the aura camera.
Yeah.
We went to City with, I think, 3 women, Gabby and 2 other friends in New York City from Mind Body Spirit Expo in the sun. But anyway, I took the 3 of them
Yeah, you were crazy that day.
and we saw the air photography booth there. And Gabby's one of the few people that can see him. So before I had my picture taken, she looked at me, Joel, we have a lot of orange around here. Well, my picture came up on. Okay. The one woman, she's, you have a lot of blue around. Her picture came up blue. Okay. And one had violet, and Gabby predicted that one too. And so we knew right away that this was very accurate technology. That's all. We just knew. She could see it. Picked all through it. That's
You know that when this was first discovered, it was discovered in Russia, the photography. Our guys like actually went over to try to bring that technology back, and people actually died doing that. That's how important and serious that technology is.
technology. It was Curlian technology.
Yeah.
And that's how the guy who invented our camera we have, that's how he took some of that technology and improved it.
Yeah.
And better.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
yeah, no, I do have something I wanted to add about, what we're doing right now. Well, with this butterfly energy, the mermaid energy, adding it, in. I don't know if the last time I talked about this, but these orbs, I keep seeing more and more. See, come in sometimes, more orbs will show up. These orbs are sometimes mostly blue, sometimes white, sometimes stars. So when they come up as blue, and I'm talking to a client or person, the orb, which is a collective consciousness of spirit, is saying what you're saying is accurate.
Yep.
It's important to focus on that area. And then they also send healing in. So that's one of the things. Then there's another one, is that this has happened just in the last number of months. And I start to get this heated energy in my heart. It just gets really, like, in a sense, when I'm either sending healing to a client or talking to them. Sometimes it happens just when I'm talking to them. So sometimes when people sit down, it starts up at a subconscious level before I'm even conscious aware of it, then I've been conscious of it.
Right.
So this happens like bingo, like, oh, and I could be talking to someone and it occurs. And then I know there's something I'm healing with them at a level.
That's exciting that you can see that. I know we've talked about that, and you've had that, I think, for about a year now, that those blue orbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to summarize, for those that are watching this video, you're going to be talking Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, and you'll be bringing in the butterfly energy and the mermaid energy and whatever else chooses to come in, and it will actually lighten up their energy field and affect their DNA in a positive way, open that up a little bit and release, activate some of those things that are dormant. And then, of course, at your booth, you do those amazing aura photography photos and kind of, what would you call that? You interpret the colors for the person that gets the report so they understand it.
Yep.
And then you also do readings and healings at the same time. So you have a pretty busy booth.
Oh, good.
It's interesting right now. I am feeling something in here. So what's happening is people are already getting that frequency.
Yeah.
Because there's something starting right now in my heart here.
Yeah.
And
it's me. Ooh.
And it's sometimes now there's other times where I'll feel like pulling, and it's like a tinge of something, and that's when I'm pulling energetics off of people as a group or individually, and it's go out to the group who hears this.
Yeah.
So they may even experience it, maybe they won't. It'll vary. Yeah.
Yep.
So I would say to the person who would like, to try an aura a photo and or a reading or healing, we're going to start our expo Friday at 4 p.m., 4 to 9. And I would say make a beeline over to your booth and get in there while the getting is good, because I know you usually have such a crowd during the expo, especially after your talk, that it's kind of insane. And I think that if somebody really wanted to visit you, if they did it earlier in the weekend, that would be the way to go. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. And it's a good crazy.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good crazy. It's just like there's so much going on at the expo. It would be more relaxed for them to go earlier to get their reading and their photo taken than later.
yeah, I think that's good too.
Yeah, so that's what I'd say. If you want to go, I would go early. But I'm a plan ahead person, so. Well, good. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing event, and I'm very glad you're doing it. Anything else we need to add?
I don't know. I can't.
No, I can't think of anything.
Other than a song I want, so. Yeah. That wasn't one of my songs. I believe in the morning dew and the and all there is that I can't see. Believing ourselves going round and round. The air is moving. I believe in the deep, and I believe in the way you feel. I believe in the way you see, and I believe in you and me. I believe so. It's the first verse.
All right.
So,
but it has butterflies in it.
All right.
So
Thanks so much for your time, and we'll be talking with you soon.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sue.
Take care. Bye-bye.